I struggled with speaking English a lot when I was learning it. It's not because I was bad at English, but because I kept translating every sentence in my head before I speak. I even memorized sentences in my head and waited for the perfect moment to use them. While that might help a bit, the tips that I'm going to share you today are far more effective and 100% guaranteed to help you to improve your speaking after you fully watch this video. First, let's understand why you have difficulties while almost having no trouble understanding others. Many people, including myself, face numerous challenges while learning a new language and often struggle without a success for a long time. That's when I realized that most people are developing their passive skills. Passive skills are those where you're not directly creating outputs using the language, like speaking or writing, but rather focusing on reading and listening. I spent many years just developing these passive skills without actively using the language in real-life situations. Now, we have identified the two types of skills in language learning, so let's discuss why it's important to develop more active skills. Passive skills include listening and reading, which are essential for comprehension. These skills help you to understand the language and pick up on vocabulary, grammar, and context. However, they don't require you to produce language actively. Active skills, on the other hand, involve speaking and writing. These skills require you to articulate your thoughts, form sentences, and communicate your ideas clearly. Without strong active skills, you might struggle to express yourself and lack confidence when speaking, which is crucial for effective communication. First tip that I'm going to share with you is practice communication skills. Practicing communication can be direct or indirect. For example, whether you're in any situation, you can still practice your speaking and writing skills. Ideally, you should communicate with native speakers or language partners, but if that's not possible, there are other ways. When I was learning English, I didn't have any native speakers around, but I found ways to practice. One effective method was describing my actions aloud while cooking or doing chores. I pretended to be a cooking show host, talking about my life while cooking. This practice helped me to articulate my thoughts and improved my speaking skills without overthinking. Another great technique is to talk to yourself in the language that you're learning. For instance, you can describe your day, discuss your plans, or even debate a topic with yourself. This helps you think in the language and improve your fluency. But speaking alone was not enough. I was fortunate enough to find online friends to practice with. During my journey, I found passionate and inspiring online friends who would talk with me almost every day and kept me motivated to learn English more and more. And if you are introverted, online practice is great. And it's free. Platforms like language exchange websites, social media groups, and apps can help you to connect with people who are also learning or fluent in the language. Here I am listing the online resources that helped me to learn English. You can see them in the description. 2. Memorize useful phrases. Initially, I memorized some common phrases for my daily conversation like, "How was your day?" or "What do you think about this?" This practice helped me to communicate seamlessly and shift conversation topics without stuttering. Memorizing phrases can be particularly helpful for beginners because it provides a foundation for more complex conversation styles and makes their conversation more native-like and fluent. Eventually, I learned to speak without embarrassment or shyness. Realizing that making mistakes was the part of the learning process was crucial. You have to step out of your comfort zone to improve. For speaking skill, the most important advice is you can improve your speaking by only practicing your speaking. And there's no other way. So, don't be embarrassed of your speaking. Instead, you can focus more on improving your speaking skills. 3. Improving writing skills. For those people who never liked writing like me, reading a lot of text can be beneficial. By reading, you learn sentence structures and phrases that you can use in your writing. Another helpful tip is to find mistakes in text, whether on your own or others. This practice helps you to identify and correct grammatical errors and improve your vocabulary. Reading and writing practice. Reading books, articles, or even social media posts in the target language can expose you to different writing styles and vocabulary. Try to write short summaries of what you read or write your thoughts in a journal. This will help you practice forming sentences and expressing your ideas clearly. But I would suggest learning formal writing style first, because in lots of cases, people are learning English for academic reasons like studying abroad or applying for jobs. Therefore, learning and using formal English can be beneficial. On the other hand, if you're learning English for less academic purposes, then you can still find people to talk and practice your daily conversation skills. At the end of the day, you are still improving and learning English. When writing, it's helpful to review and correct your own work and ask for feedbacks. This method significantly improved my writing. By identifying and fixing my mistakes, I enhanced my skills. You can use tools like language learning apps or grammar checkers Grammarly or language learning forums to get feedbacks. 4. Daily practice and reflection. At the end of each day, review what you have practiced. You can reflect on what went well and what could be improved in the future. This reflection helps you to prevent repeating the same mistakes and improves your approach. If you forgot to turn off the notifications and got distracted while studying, note it and put your phone on Do Not Disturb mode on the next day. By repeating successful actions and eliminating unsuccessful ones, you rely less on motivation and on a more structured approach. This made me realize that my motivation fluctuates, but understanding and adapting to my situation helped me in the long run. Now, here in this part, I'm going to share some extra tips to improve your efficiency. First one, gamify your learning process. To make your learning process more engaging, you can gamify it. You can set yourself achievable and small goals, and when you achieve them, you can reward yourself. For example, if you successfully practice speaking 30 minutes a day for a week, you can reward yourself with something that you enjoy. This can boost your motivation and make your learning process more enjoyable. Second, using technology to aid learning. There are numerous apps and online resources that can help you to improve your speaking, reading, writing, and listening skills. For example, language learning apps like Duolingo, HelloTalk can provide structured lessons and opportunities to practice with native speakers. But realistically speaking, I'm not saying that these apps can significantly improve your level, but they can definitely help with the basics. To wrap up, improving your active skills including listening and writing requires consistent practice and willingness to make mistakes. You can use these strategies to develop your active skills and gain confidence in your language abilities. Remember, the key is to step out of your comfort zone and practice consistently. If you found these tips helpful, I'm creating a free community on my YouTube channel to connect with people like you and add mini tutorials and useful videos on language learning and self-improvement and many other productivity videos. If you are interested in them, let me know in the comments. See you soon.